Hello, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we're going to be doing your person on your mind, their current feelings towards you reading, and everything that you'll need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course. All of that is in the description box below for you. Now, each sign will have your own reading. There are timestamps. They are in the pinned comment below the video, as well as in the description box below. But I will see you in your reading. Go ahead and begin with Aries. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So Aries, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Aries' mind and their current feelings towards Aries. What are their current feelings towards Aries? All right, Aries. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Two of Pentacles. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I see the Justice in the reverse. And the Page of Swords in the reverse. Aries, I definitely feel like there's somebody here who is having mixed emotions when it comes to you and this connection. Especially with the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like somebody having mixed emotions, kind of maybe feeling pulled in two different directions or kind of going back and forth. And right underneath that, you see the Moon card. So there's just something that this person, I feel like, is either struggling to figure out what the best approach is or what the best, the best next step is for them, or somebody's struggling to deal with their feelings in a situation. So definitely somebody could be having a lot of mixed emotions. Now, the Justice in the reverse here, to me this indicates that somebody is maybe recognizing where they have, I don't want to say that, treated you unfairly in the past, or where they feel like a situation was just unfair or unjust. That being said, sometimes to me the Justice in the reverse can be a little bit of a lack of accountability. So whether this is somebody, becoming aware of that, aware of the fact that they maybe treated you unfairly in the past and did not take accountability for it. The Page of Swords in the reverse right next to it, to me it feels like there's I'm getting two different messages from that. First, this person could be in a very skeptical energy when it comes to you. So even if somebody is thinking about, trying to reach out or trying to make something right with you here, there's a very skeptical energy with that Page of Swords in the reverse. So it's almost like, well, probably wouldn't do any good anyway, or they're probably not going to believe what I have to say regardless. So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling, or they probably wouldn't even want to hear from me. So there's something like that here where I feel like even if somebody is thinking about it, kind of also talking themselves out of it too. And then I feel like that's where that, back and forth energy, that mixed emotions is coming from, kind of indicating to me that somebody does feel some kind of draw to either apologize, take accountability, or make something right with you here. But there's another part of them that, questions that. The other thing with the Page of Swords in the reverse is you know, this person may not have any kind of access to you for some of you. And what I mean by that is like maybe you've blocked them on social media, or, you know, maybe they just don't have any idea of like what is going on in your life or where you are at with things at this moment. So for some of you, you know, that could be something that is a factor for them as well. Coming up next, I see the World card. Yeah, so it's almost like a little bit of like a defeated acceptance, I guess, is how I would express that. With the World energy, it's almost this energy of maybe things are better just left as they are. This is making me feel, Aries, that this is somebody that you have experienced some kind of ending with, okay? Because I feel like for a lot of you, this could be somebody that you are, you know, not in communication with at this time. And even though somebody is thinking, okay, I realize where I may be mistreated, Aries, or I realize where the situation wasn't fair to Aries, and there's this acknowledgement of that, and there's, you know, a pull to take some kind of accountability or make an apology or try to make something right with you here. But then, you know, like I said, there's this, I don't have no idea where Aries is at with things, and if they would even want to hear from me, or if reaching out would even matter at this point. And, you know, with that World card hit here, to me, it's feeling like somebody feels like this has already like come to pass, right? Like it has already kind of closed out here. So there's this almost energy of, you know, maybe it's best not to kind of stir things up. Maybe it's best to just kind of leave things as they are. I see the King of Cups in the reverse coming up next. I do feel like somebody's struggling with their emotions here. The King of Cups, you know, sometimes can speak about not being in the most control over their emotions. And for some of you, that could be something that was a factor in the past as well. So maybe somebody reacted or, you know, behaved in a way of not being in control over their emotions, and it had a negative impact on you or the connection. The other way that I could take this is I do feel like somebody is... This could be somebody who's been kind of emotionally guarded, or has tried to keep you at an arm's, like at a distance, or like keep you, you know, at arm's reach here. Only letting you get so far. That could be part of what it is too, is I kind of feel here that this person, especially with the Justice card in the reverse and the King of Cups in the reverse, the way that it's making me feel is that somebody feels like you were unable to get to the level that you could have gotten, or this connection was not able to kind of realize its full potential, and they feel like that's because of them, right? So it's like, I wish I would have done this differently, or I wish I would have tried this, I wish I would have opened up more, I wish I would have made this change, because I feel like we were not able to get to what we could have been. And even the World card, you know, does talk about like taking something to the next level. So somebody feels like things were unable to get to where they could have been. Coming out underneath the Justice card, I see the Lovers. So the Lovers can, one, talk about still feeling very connected to you. Somebody definitely feels a strong bond with you here. The other thing that's coming up here, Aries, is, you know, the Lovers can talk about making a very significant decision when it comes to a, you know, kind of relationship, right? And so I do feel like somebody is trying to make a decision here. Like I said, I feel like they kind of go back and forth, and they're kind of struggling with that. But I do feel like somebody's aware that they need to make one. And I think it's just because this person feels like, I can't stay in this space forever. At some point, I'm going to have to decide to either, you know, reach out or to let things, you know, be as they are. And sometimes not making a decision is a decision, right? And I think they're aware of that here. But I do feel like this Lovers is representing the fact that this person is still very strongly feeling very connected to you. Even if there is, you know, no communication, someone's still really heavily feeling your energy, feeling very connected to you still. Coming up underneath the Page of Swords in the reverse, I see the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I'm specifically getting for some of you that somebody could have lost their temper, or just said some things that they really regret, or made decisions in haste, you know, that they really regret. That is coming up specifically. That's not going to be for all of you, but I do feel like that is for some of you. The other thing that I'm getting with this is, you know, I think somebody's afraid when they think about reaching out to you, and the fact that they feel like you're already going to be questioning them or questioning what they're saying, or, you know, being skeptical about them, it's like they feel like I can't just fly in and say whatever. Like there's this understanding that they would have to approach you in the right way. They would have to come forward and say the right things if they were going to have any chance at all. Coming up next, underneath the World card, I see the Temperance. And the thing is, too, is the Temperance can be a card that really speaks about divine timing and things happening kind of as they're meant to happen, right? It's the process of something. And with this energy here, one, I feel like with it coming up next to the Lovers and the Knight of Swords in the reverse, it feels like somebody feels like they need to either give you some time or they need to take their time, okay? And that's more how I'm feeling it, is like somebody's like, I need to take my time and really figure this out, or I need to take my time and really figure out like how to approach, what to say. I feel like this is also, you know, the Temperance can be a card of like making peace or bringing something back into balance. Somebody strongly does want to do that here. The other thing with it coming out underneath the World card, this person could feel like, as unfortunate as it is, it may have taken that you guys getting to the space that you're in, right? For them to be ready to close that cycle or close that chapter and to be ready to start a healthier one. Coming up underneath the King of Cups in the reverse, I see the Four of Wands in the reverse. So the Four of Wands in the reverse can really feel very disappointing. The Four of Wands in the reverse can really feel like something did not work out the way that you wanted it to. It's like, I can't believe this is how we turned out. I can't believe this is how we worked out. Like, it's like things are not as they want them to be. So I do feel that very strongly here, that somebody is feeling very disappointed with the way that things are between the two of you. And this is not how they wanted things to go. But I also feel like somebody is beating themselves up a bit, Aries, because they're looking at this as, you know, why things are the way that they are between the two of you. You know, I definitely feel like somebody's blaming themselves quite a bit here. Somebody may not have taken accountability at all in the past. And that could be something that's very hard for this person as well. But that is what I have for you, Aries. I do hope that this helps. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I see all the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Aries. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal readings, Patreon, all that stuff is there. And most importantly, if you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello, Leos. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We are taking a look at their current feelings towards you. And everything that you need to know is in the description box below for you. All right, loves, let's take a look and see what is going on for you guys. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. At the bottom of the deck, I see the King of Wands. I see the Two of Wands. And the Strength card in the reverse. Some of you could definitely be dealing with another fire energy. You have all fire energies here. So you can definitely be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. To me, the King of Wands is somebody who knows exactly what they want and they are ready to show up, to prove themselves, to take action. That's showing up as their overall energy towards you. The Two of Wands as the first card out. The Two of Wands to me really does speak about figuring out where we go from here. And it looks like I'm ready to step outside of some kind of comfort zone. I'm ready to do something differently than what I've done in the past. I'm wanting to take this in a new direction. In the traditional decks, and even here in this one, you can see that they're standing on the top of a castle. And the castles represent our comfort, our security. It's kind of a very established energy. And Leo, to me, this makes me feel like there's something here where this person has maybe done things a certain way or been a certain way or had a certain mindset, you know, for a long time. It's something that is established in them. And I feel like somebody's seen that whatever that is having a negative impact on you or the connection, or it is, you know, why things are the way that they are between the two of you right now. So there's this energy of, I know that if I want to, if Leo is what I want and I want to take action towards Leo, I know that I have to do something different than what I've been doing here. With the Strength card in the reverse, I kind of feel like somebody's just having a hard time, or maybe just not wanting to, you know, hold back any longer. That's kind of how this is feeling to me. So for some of you, maybe the way that they've been is very reserved or held back, or, you know, not opening up or not being vulnerable. There is some kind of change that this person is finally ready to make. And I feel like they're not wanting to, like, resist this pull towards you, or they're not wanting to hold back anymore. But I also think, you know, that this Strength card in the reverse could definitely be speaking on the fact that, you know, change isn't easy. If it was, everyone would do it. I'm a firm believer that everybody can change, but I'm also realistic enough to know that not everybody will, because it's not easy to do, you know? And I feel like this is part of that here, is somebody's recognizing where something really needs to change. Like I said, it could be a habit, a mindset, just the way that they've always been. So they're acknowledging that it has to change, but also, you know, could be having a bit of a hard time with it. Coming up next, I see the Nine of Pentacles, especially for those of you where this person is like, you know, has a hard time getting close to people, or is very like independent. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm kind of getting this energy of like a very closed off energy, or somebody who's been single for a while, or focused on themselves, or just used to doing things, you know, the way that they want to all the time, where not necessarily having to consider another person. I see the Hermit as well. So you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit are both Virgo energies. So for some of you, I'm seeing a pretty clear time period as well. There could be something very significant about either Leo season to Virgo season. For some of you, that time period coming up could be very significant for you guys in some way. For others of you, it could, maybe you're dealing with a Virgo. So there is something here though that I'm getting for a lot of you that this could be somebody that you are maybe not in communication with at this time, or very little communication. With that Hermit energy, it could definitely be that somebody has pulled back, whether this is you, whether this is them. Either way, I definitely feel here that it's like the Hermit, the way that it's shining through is kind of looking back over at the past. He's looking back and facing everything else. And the one right next to him is the Nine of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like this time apart here, or this silence, is really causing this person to reflect, one, doing introspection, but also looking back over at the past, whether that's the past connection with you, whether that is, you know, their past relationships up to this point, or their life up to this point. But they're definitely seeing something that I think they really need to see here. There's definitely something significant coming up for them. Underneath the Two of Wands, I see the Page of Cups in the reverse. I may want to clarify that one. You know how it's coming through is I feel like somebody is, it's like afraid to speak but afraid not to at the same time. There could be a bit of a fear of rejection or fear that it's, you know, maybe too little too late for some of you. Because when he flips this, when he's in the reverse, you know, the fish are falling right out of that cup, you know. I feel like that I'm really drawn to that here. So there definitely could be this feeling of, you know, maybe the words not having an impact at this point. Or at least that being something that this person is afraid of. Yeah, we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like this person knows that it's not going to just be able to just be, you know, a sweet message or a sweet word, and that's going to be enough to undo everything that has, you know, taken place between the two of you. The Ten of Wands is a card of hard work and burdens. There being a lot, you know, there. So I feel like, you know, this person's in a very real energy when it comes to, you know, this connection and the work that it's going to take. One, the work that it's going to be to make the change that they need to make for themselves to be able to have something here with you. But also the, you know, work in the connection itself. So it's not like somebody's coming in and just wanting to sweep everything under the rug or having this, you know, false sense of, you know, having some kind of like fairy tale like reunion, and someone is expecting that it's gonna take some work. Coming up underneath the Strength card in the reverse, I see the Empress. But I do feel like part of the reason why somebody has a hard time, you know, resisting or holding back or doesn't want to anymore is one, the Empress is a very nurturing energy. This person could feel very, very loved, very cared for, very seen by you. And I feel like they miss that. The other thing is, you know, the Empress to me sometimes can indicate that like you check all the boxes for this person. So this person definitely holds you in high regard. This person feels like you check all the boxes, and then it's hard for them to, you know, stay away from that. I also feel like somebody knows that whatever it is that they're struggling to make a change in, they know that it's necessary if they're wanting to create the kind of life and relationship that they're wanting to create here with you. With that Empress energy, she is creation after all. We have the nine, underneath the Nine of Pentacles, I see the Death card. Yeah, it's definitely time for a change here. And especially if somebody's been, you know, very, like I said, very single or very independent or just, you know, very emotionally guarded or unavailable. I definitely feel like somebody's recognizing that not only is it time for a change, but I do think that they want to. And I think they want to because of you. Coming up underneath the Hermit, I see the Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, somebody feels like this was necessary for them to learn some kind of lesson, because somebody feels like they were repeating the same experiences over and over and just not getting it. And I think it kind of, like, even if you were expressing to this person, you know, I think it actually took, you know, like being away from you or took a separation for this person to really get it, because they feel like, you know, up to this point, for some reason, I just was not learning from my experiences. I just was not getting it. I do feel like there is a little bit of like a beating themselves up or a little bit of a bitter energy coming through that this person feels in regards to themselves. Kind of that it took them all this to kind of figure it out. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see all the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Virgo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Sagittarius, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading, taking a look at their current feelings towards you. What do we have going on for Sagittarius? What are their feelings towards Sagittarius, please? Their feelings towards Sagittarius. All right, Sag, at the bottom of the deck, I see the Cancer, or I see the Chariot in the reverse. So we have Cancer energy showing up here. Definitely feel like somebody is feeling a little bit out of control of a situation. It's like they see something heading in a direction that they don't necessarily want it to go in, but they feel unable to do anything to stop it. Or, you know, so it's just somebody feels a very, like a loss of power, a loss of control in a situation here. First card out, I see the Moon card. I definitely feel like somebody connects with you a lot at night. And what I mean by that is I feel like there is somebody who spends a lot of time thinking about you, thinking about this connection. This could be somebody who kind of is struggling to, whether it's that they're struggling to sleep and they're spending a lot of time thinking about you, or whether it's that this person is having dreams about you. I'm getting something like that coming up for some of you. The other thing with the Moon energy here is I feel like just this person is really lacking clarity on where something is going, or what the future looks like for the two of you. And I think that that's very different for them, because I think in the past, regardless of what was going on between the two of you at the time, I think this person always kind of felt like you were still going to end up together, right? Or even if we're in a bad place, or even if we're in separation, I still feel like I'm going to spend my life with Sag. Or, you know, that's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, where somebody always kind of felt like they knew where you guys were going to be, regardless of where you were in the current moment. I don't feel like that this person feels that way right now. So it's like, and maybe this is the first time for that, but I definitely feel like somebody looking ahead and not really knowing what to expect. They don't know if you're going to be together. They don't know if you're going to come back around, or if this is something that's going to work out. And I think that that's really hard for this person. And that could be part of the reason why it's like somebody's seeing where something is between the two of you right now and where it's heading, and they feel unable to do anything about it. I'm definitely getting voice stuff now that I wasn't a few moments ago when I was doing the other previous readings. So for some of you definitely could be in no contact, or somebody could be really struggling with communication, whether it's that you guys are having a problem communicating with each other, whether it's that you are in very little to no communication, whether it's that they have things they want to say but feel like they can't. I also feel like there's just a lot that could feel hidden from this person right now, right? A lot that they can't see, not only where something is going, but, you know, maybe they don't really know what's going on with you, like what you're thinking and what you're feeling. Maybe they're keeping their own thoughts and feelings kind of close to their chest as well. I see the Five of Cups coming up next. Sadness, grief, disappointment, regret. I think it's kind of all of those things here. I definitely feel that somebody is feeling a very heavy energy when it comes to you. I think they have a lot that they regret when it comes to the past. And especially now that they feel so out of control of the situation, or they feel like they don't really know how to fix things here. They have a lot of regrets about how they've handled things up to this point. So, especially for those of you where you are in like a no contact with this person, I do feel like somebody's really missing you. They're definitely grieving at this time. Coming up next, I see the Fool card. I feel like somebody wants some kind of new beginning with you here. I think somebody wants to take a chance or take a leap of faith towards you. But there is something about it that feels a little risky for them. And maybe that's in the sense of just that Moon card. I don't know how it's going to be received, or I don't know what I could do to affect a different outcome. But I want this. I see the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse coming up next. And one thing I do want to say here, Sag, is that keep in mind when this person, we're looking at their energy, their perspectives, their assumptions, right? So just because they feel like you may feel a certain way, doesn't necessarily mean you do. They have the Eight of Pentacles coming up next in the reverse. So to me, this could be a couple different things. One, I feel like somebody is trying to like focus on other things or, you know, distract themselves. And I don't even mean necessarily in an unhealthy way, but I just feel like this person is having a hard time doing that, right? So it's like just constantly finding themselves back to thinking about this, whether they want to or not. The other thing that's coming up here, though, is this person may feel like you are no longer willing or desiring to put any effort into this connection. Like you're no longer willing to work on things here. Now, that does not mean that that's true, right? Maybe it is. Maybe you aren't willing to put any more into this. Maybe you do feel like you have already given all that you can give. But they definitely feel that way. Coming up underneath the Moon card, I see the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, so I definitely feel like somebody is, because of that unknown, they're kind of dragging their feet. They don't know what the next step to take is. They don't know what the best move is or the best approach. I definitely feel like they are seeing a different side of you as well. And that could be throwing this person off too. So it's like maybe in the past they always kind of knew what to expect because you guys were in some kind of cycle or you always behaved this certain way, right? You could be doing things now that maybe you never had before. So maybe in the past you would always respond to them if they reached out and now you're not. Maybe you've never blocked them before and now you did. Or maybe even if you are in communication with this person, maybe it's just that, you know, you're not as invested. You're not, you know, you're just not behaving and acting in the same way that they are accustomed to. So it definitely feels here that there's something about that that causes this person to feel like, I don't know what to do now. I don't know what the best approach is. So I do feel like somebody could be kind of like dragging their feet a bit here. This person could also feel, to me, the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse can be a very irresponsible energy. This person could feel that way. They could feel like they were very careless or very irresponsible with your heart in the past. Coming up underneath the Five of Cups, I see the Magician. So somebody knows exactly what they want. They just don't necessarily know how to make it happen, if they can make it happen. Coming up underneath the Fool card, I see the Knight of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, this person could have been very inconsistent in one way or another, whether that's inconsistent effort, inconsistent, you know, energy, whether it is, you know, somebody was in and out. I do feel like that could be part of what this person is feeling, that they were careless, right? They were irresponsible with. And then it could also be the reason why somebody may feel like yes, I want to take a chance and a leap of faith towards Sagittarius here, but I'm afraid that they're going to not want anything to do with me because of how inconsistent I have been in the past. Coming up underneath the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, we have the Lovers. So this person could feel like you've made a decision in regards to them or this connection. That maybe your decision here is that you do not want to work on this anymore, that you don't want to put anything else. They may feel like because they've already put you through so much here, or been so, you know, inconsistent in the past, or so careless with your heart in the past, that now you've decided that you are no longer willing to give to this. I feel like somebody wants to take an action towards you, but there's also this energy of feeling like, would it even matter? Like, could I even do anything? Could I even change anything at this point? I do feel like somebody is still very strongly feeling your energy, though. Still feeling very connected to you, despite whether you're in communication or not. Now, the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Cancer, Pisces, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo. I see Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below. If you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. All right, we're going to move on to my lovely Capricorns. How are you? I hope this finds you well. We're going to go ahead and take a look and see what is going on for you. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. What are their feelings towards Capricorn? Person on Capricorn's mind. What are their current feelings towards Capricorn? At the bottom of the deck, I see the Tower in the reverse as their general overall energy towards you. The first card out, I see the Empress. And then I see the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Capricorn, with this, bless you. Sorry, my kitty sneezed in the background. With this Tower in the reverse here at the bottom of the deck, I definitely feel like there is, I'm getting a couple different messages from that. For some of you, this could feel like somebody's having a hard time accepting a tower or accepting something that has taken place between the two of you. The other thing that I'm feeling with this is there could be somebody here who is in the energy that they're in when it comes to you right now because they are trying to avoid something happening, okay? And that's the best way I can think to explain the energy that I'm feeling right now. So it's almost like seeing where something could go and being like, so this is just an example. It doesn't have to be this specific thing, Capricorn, but like, let's say that somebody has stopped communication, okay, or really pulled back their energy. It could be because they are seeing where the connection is heading, or they feel like it's heading towards something, you know, bigger that they are trying to avoid here. That's kind of the energy that I feel, that there's some kind of situation that this person is trying to avoid. It's like they can see where it's going, and it's like, I don't want that for us. But I also feel with that Tower in the reverse, somebody could be having, even though maybe they've made that decision here, so it's like they could see that it's something that's the right, feeling like it's the right thing to do. But just because something is the right thing to do doesn't make it easy to do, right? And I feel like that's where that is coming from too, where somebody's having a little bit of a hard time with it, even if they do feel like it's the right thing to do. With this Empress energy, the Empress can be, one, it's somebody still really deeply cares for you. Okay, this person does deeply care for you. I think this is somebody who wants to know you're okay and wants to make sure you're good, wants you to be happy. But the Six of Pentacles in the reverse here, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse to me can be something that's not worth the cost. And I kind of get that with that Tower energy too, where there's something, it's like, I feel like there's a lot of love here between the two of you, Capricorn, but it's one of those things where it feels like this person may feel like the love isn't enough, right? Or it's like we love each other, but we hurt each other. That kind of thing. Because there's something about it where it feels like it's not worth the cost here. Or it's so, it doesn't mean that you're not, or that they even feel like the connection isn't. But there's something about it that doesn't feel like it's maybe the best for either one of you right now. Coming up next, I see the Four of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, I think somebody's really unhappy with the current dynamic. I guess it's like I said, I think somebody's having a hard time accepting how things are between the two of you right now. And I feel like somebody really wants to come out of that. This could be somebody here who wants to open up to you, but I feel like they question whether that's the right thing to do or not. Because the Four of Cups to me can be a pretty emotionally guarded energy. When it comes up in the reverse, sometimes it can be an energy of like opening up, becoming vulnerable. And I think there's a part of this person that has something they would like to express to you or like you to know or like to share with you. But then I feel like they question whether that's the right thing to do or not. Like, is it going to be better for Capricorn for them to know that I feel this way or to have this closure? Or is it just going to stir things back up and make it more difficult? So even though I think there are things that this person wants to express to you, I also do feel like they question whether that's the right thing to do. I see the Page of Cups. So that's a confirmation to me. You know, there's definitely something that they want to express to you here. And I do think they think about communication here, but like I said, they're questioning that. Coming up underneath the Empress energy, I see the Ace of Swords. There are things that have become very clear to this person when it comes to you in this connection. And some of that, Capricorn, is the way that they view you as well. This person could be viewing you as somebody who has really like evolved or really grown as a person. This person could view you as somebody, like I said, that they care very deeply for. I feel like this person is definitely seeing you in the connection in a way that maybe they were unable to in the past. Sometimes that silence or that separation, you know, can do that for us. It helps us gain that different perspective. I feel like that's something that's going on here with that Ace of Swords energy. Coming up underneath the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Four of Wands. For some of you, you could have been on kind of a long journey with this person. The Four of Wands definitely can be kind of a journey here. But I feel like with it coming out underneath the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like there's a certain level of disappointment that this is where you guys landed or this is how things ended up. I feel like with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Wands, there's this energy of like feeling what they would like this connection to be, where they would like things to, how they would have liked things to go, or how they would have liked things to end up between the two of you. But there's this feeling here of, with that Six of Pentacles, and especially with the Tower in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it gives this feeling of, I would have really liked things to be this way, but I don't think that, like, I don't think we're going to be able to get to that space, and I don't think it's worth it to keep trying. Because I feel like this person could definitely be having these realizations of feeling like, you know, every time we stay connected or we come together, you know, it just kind of escalates or it makes things worse, or you get hurt, I get hurt, that kind of thing. Coming up underneath the Four of Cups in the reverse, I see the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody still feels very attached to you here. For some of you, there could be a little bit of maybe a codependent thing going on, or maybe there has been in the past. And that could be part of the reason why somebody feels like it's best not to reach out and say anything either. Because they may feel like, you know, once I communicate with Capricorn, I don't know if I'm going to be able to uncommunicate with Capricorn. You know, or it's like, this is just an example. It doesn't have to be this specific thing, right? But like, let's say that they, you know, wanted to keep you in their life as a friend, but it's like every time you guys try to just be friends, it slowly evolves back into something else. Because I kind of feel like that here, where like this isn't how somebody wants something to be between the two of you, but they just feel like they don't know how to make it anything else. Now, for some of you too, Capricorn, this person may want you to know that they are more, they don't have it as together as you think that they do, or that they are not as, you may feel like, because this person may seem like they, you know, aren't as affected by the connection or by the separation as you are, or, you know, that they are just, you know, really handling things really well. And part of what this person, I feel like, wants you to know is that they're not. You know, they are affected by this. They are impacted. They do still care. They are having a hard time. Coming up underneath the Page of Cups, I see the Hermit in the reverse. You may end up hearing from somebody here. I definitely feel like somebody's struggling to accept, like, it's like they know that they should just let the tower fall, but there's a part of them that wants to hold it up brick by brick. And like I said, there's definitely this energy of like wanting to open up to you and wanting them to know, or wanting you to know where they really are with things, even though there's definitely a part of this person that feels like that is, it may not be worth the cost, or it may not be a good idea. I still feel like they may, especially with the Hermit in the reverse and the Page of Cups at the end here. So you very well could end up hearing from somebody, just because I feel like they can't resist. There's definitely something they want you to know too. They feel like you deserve to know. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Aries, I see Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Virgo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below. Most importantly, if you want personal prayers for any reason, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello Taurus, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We are looking at their current feelings towards you. I'm going to focus on their energy towards you, and we will go ahead and get started. All right, Taurus. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Hermit in the reverse. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. I see the Two of Cups, Cancer energy, and the Star card in the reverse. I'm getting a couple different messages, Taurus. For some of you, I do feel here that somebody could be wanting to break the silence here. So if you've been in a period of no communication or a separation from a person, regardless of how long it's been, I do feel like somebody could be wanting to come out of that energy. So if somebody has been silent, I think somebody's coming out of that. The Two of Cups, especially with the first card out, the Two of Cups could be one wanting to have a conversation with you, but I also feel the Two of Cups can be like wanting to reconnect, wanting to bring something back into alignment here, bring something back together here. With the Star card in the reverse right next to it, I'm getting two messages from this. First, the Star card in the reverse could indicate that there is definitely a lot of healing that would need to take place here. So I'm kind of getting the feeling here, Taurus, that this is definitely somebody that maybe you have been through something or quite a bit with for some of you. So there's definitely this awareness that there's a lot here. A lot has happened here. The other thing with the Star card in the reverse is it can be a little bit of a hopeless feeling or lacking faith. So it's like somebody could want to reconnect with you here, but they may feel like you know, they don't necessarily have the faith that it's something that you guys are that it's going to happen. We'll say it like that, right? Or it's like they recognize that, you know, there's a lot that would need to be healed here, and they're having doubts as to whether, you know, it's something that's going to happen. I see the 9 of Cups coming up right after that. So even though they may be, you know, having doubts or lacking faith, feeling a little hopeless, they're still wishing for it. The 9 of Cups is definitely a card of, you know, wishing for something here, wish fulfillment. I see the Emperor in the reverse coming up next. Part of why this person may feel a little bit hopeless here is there is something coming up with that Emperor in the reverse that makes this, I'm getting a couple different messages. First, there's something that feels very out of their hands when it comes to this connection. So that could indicate that maybe this person feels like, okay, well, I could reach out to Taurus, or I could try to communicate with Taurus, but it doesn't mean that Taurus is going to want to hear from me, or that Taurus is going to respond. So there's something like that here where they feel like, you know, there's only so much they can do, right? And that's true. We all have free will here. The other thing with the Emperor in the reverse, for some of you, this person could have really behaved in a way that they're not proud of, or lost their temper with you. Because I definitely feel like that for some of you. That's not going to be true for all of you. Like I said, for some of you, I think it's just that this person feels a little lack of control in the situation, or feels like it's a little out of their hands. But I also do feel like for some of you, there was a situation this person does feel they did not handle the way that they wish they would have. And like there could have been a very, you know, angry or nasty energy from that. Coming up underneath the 2 of Cups, I see the King of Swords. So the King of Swords can be an energy of detachment, cutting ties, being kind of cold or distant. And I do feel like that's something that this person is expecting from you. Whether you're going to be in that energy towards them or not, it's almost like they're expecting you to be in that energy towards them. And, you know, even if you are, you know, to me, I feel like the King of Swords sometimes gets a bad rap, but I actually really like the King of Swords. I think that sometimes, yes, he can be a little bit cold or cutting. He can detach from things, but I think that doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings. You know, to me, the King of Swords doesn't mean he doesn't have feelings. It just means that that's not the space in which he makes his decisions from, right? So it could be like, I may love you, this may hurt me, but I'm still going to do what I think is best for me. To me, that is kind of what I'm feeling here is, so Taurus, maybe you are in this energy. Maybe you are having to cut ties. Maybe you are having to be detached or not respond to a person here. And maybe that's because it's not that you don't love this person, but maybe it's because that's what you feel is best for you. For others of you, it could just be this person, like I said, anticipating you to be in that energy. Coming up under the Star card in the reverse, I see the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. So especially with it coming up next to the King of Swords, somebody feels like, 1, that maybe you're detaching. 2, that the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse is, I'm no longer willing to put any effort into this. I'm no longer willing to invest into this because, 1, I either think it's a bad for me, it's a bad investment, it's not something that is good for me to, you know, to give to, or I feel like it's just a waste of time. Maybe it's both. Okay, so somebody feels like that's the energy that you're in here. It also could feel like somebody does want to take some kind of action towards you or come out of this hermit mode towards you, but they could feel like maybe it's a waste of time, right? So like, oh, well, I may want to heal things here, but I would just be wasting my time because they feel like you don't, whether that's true or not. Coming up underneath the 9 of Cups, I see the Knight of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like somebody is, I don't want to say feeling a little stuck, but definitely maybe at a standstill right now, trying to figure out what the next best step is. What is the best approach? What should I do? How should I approach Taurus? What should I say? Because I do want this. Coming up underneath the Emperor in the reverse, I see the 9 of Swords in the reverse. So somebody feels part of the reason why this person feels a lack of control in a situation here, Taurus, is because you are definitely doing something different than what they expected you to do. The Nine of Swords in the reverse can be an energy of not being as affected or impacted by something as you once were, right? So maybe in the past, if you guys went into separation, or if this person pulled their energy back, maybe you would, you know, reach out to them. Maybe you would blow their phone up, or maybe if they reached out to you, you would always respond, you know, right away. These are just examples. I'm not saying that's exactly what you guys were doing. But there's just something here about like the way that you're either talking to them or not talking to them. There's something about your behavior, your actions, your energy towards them that is showing them that you are not the same as you once were when it comes to them. So that's why this person feels like, I want this, but I don't know what to do. I don't have the control in the situation. So I wouldn't surprise me with this energy if you do end up hearing from this person. But to me, this makes it feel like, you know, I don't want to say that. I definitely feel like you may surprise this person. At the same time, they're kind of expecting it too. It's a really interesting energy here. For some of you, I'm more getting that maybe the way it's coming up this way is because for some of you, maybe this person has tried to reach out already for some of you. But that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope it helps. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus, Pisces, Aries, Gemini. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. I don't see Scorpio here, but I just heard Scorpio. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello, Virgos. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We are looking at their current feelings towards you. All right, let's take a look and see what is going on for you, Virgo. We're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards Virgo. What are their current feelings towards Virgo, please? Person on Virgo's mind and their current feelings towards Virgo. All right, let's take a look and see. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Judgment card. The first card out, I see the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And I see the King of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, maybe Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe Aries. With this Judgment card, Virgo, I'm getting a few different messages. I feel like there is somebody here who is having some kind of realizations when it comes to you in this connection. And because of that, I do feel like they are feeling a pull to say something, to do something when it comes to you. But I also feel that somebody is really beating themselves up. There could have been a decision that somebody made in the past, whether it was a major decision or whether it was just like a decision to say something, a decision to behave a certain way. Like, I definitely feel like there's something that this person is really beating themselves up for. And I think that they are seeing things a little differently than they were in the past. And they're feeling like, because of that, I want to say something, or I want to do something, I want to open up to Virgo. But I do feel like there's something here that is kind of holding this person back. And as we go along, I'm sure we'll see what that is. We will be clarifying in a moment. But I see the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like somebody having a hard time taking that first step. But somebody still does have a very deep feelings for you. the King of Cups to me can be a card of deep love and affection. I also kind of am getting this feeling, especially with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse and then the King of Cups right next to it. Somebody could feel like maybe they were a little childish in the past, or like they behaved in a way that they feel like now they're seeing wasn't the right way to handle a situation. Now, and with the King of Cups here, I do feel like somebody has grown emotionally. Like there is somebody here who's grown up a little bit, or who has matured, or has just had some kind of an emotional growth here. Because I do feel like they are seeing something differently than they were able to at the time. But there's an awareness here from this person that they still have a lot of feelings for you. But I also feel like they just don't know what to say at this point. Coming up next, I see the Five of Wands in the reverse. I definitely feel like somebody doesn't want to stir things up in a negative way. Like they don't want to cause any problems for you or stir things up for you in a negative way. I feel like somebody doesn't want any kind of conflict or drama, or, you know, they don't want to fight with you. I feel like somebody, they're in a space, I think, where they want to make up with you. For some of you, I specifically get that there could have been some kind of fight that you guys had in the past, where maybe somebody like did things, said things that they regret here, or they feel like they handled it in, you know, a kind of an immature way. Coming up next, I see the Six of Cups. Yeah, so I definitely feel like there, like I said, for some of you there could be a specific fight or challenge that they keep reflecting back to. Like even if it wasn't an argument type of a fight, even if it was more of like a challenge that you guys were facing, and they could have had, you know, a certain stance about it. Like somebody's looking back at the situation and feeling very differently about it now in the current moment. The Six of Cups is a very nostalgic energy. So somebody's still spending a lot of time thinking about you, thinking about the past. I do feel specifically for some of you that there could be something kind of triggering that for this person right this moment. So whether that is like maybe they came across like a Facebook memory, or maybe they came across a photo, or they heard a song, maybe there's a specific date or something like that that is kind of causing them to be a little bit more in their head than they normally are. Coming up underneath the Page of Pentacles, I see the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So somebody feels a little bit defeated by something, you know, the way that they behaved in the past, or something that was said or done. I do feel like here too, somebody wants to communicate with you, but they feel a little bit defeated. The Ten of Swords in the reverse to me too sometimes can be something of an energy of like something getting drug out. And I feel like that's part of the hesitation too, is like I feel like they really don't want to like make things harder on you or stir things up for you. So I feel like that is something that's coming up as well. I see the King of Cups coming up next, and underneath the King of Cups, I see the Six of Swords in the reverse coming up next. Somebody definitely has not moved on from this. They still have a lot of feelings for you. And, you know, the Six of Swords in the reverse definitely speaks of somebody not being able to like let go or move on or get out of this space that they're in. It can also be an energy that speaks of somebody not feeling at peace in a situation. The Six of Swords can be somebody like moving away from something because they need to protect their peace, right? Or moving out of a very, you know, mentally difficult or chaotic period. I feel like with this energy being in the reverse, I feel like somebody is not at peace with the way that things left off. They're not at peace with the situation. That's part of the reason why I feel like they haven't been able to move on. But with it coming out specifically under the King of Cups, I feel like one is the same part of it is because of the deep feelings that they still have for you. The other part of it is they have grown and matured, you know, emotionally since there has been since a situation or since a separation here. Coming up underneath the Five of Wands in the reverse, I see the Death card. I feel like there's a lot that somebody would like to go back and change from the past. But with the Death card, to me, there is this energy of like, inevitable, and oh my gosh, if I can say that, something that is inevitable, right? And something that it's like we don't have control over, right? You know, very similar to actual death, right? It's something that at some point is inevitable, and it is something that we don't have control. We can't do anything to stop or prevent it, you know. It's one of those things here where I feel somebody's feeling very similar to that when it comes to where things are at now. It's almost like it's like struggling to accept it, but also feeling like there's not really much that they can do about it, whether that's true or not. And with the Five of Wands in the reverse, specifically, like I feel like there's a lot that this person wishes that they could go back and change, but you know, there are some things like that Death card that are kind of out of our hands, and I feel like that's one of the things is like I wish I could go back and do things so differently. I wish that I would have done this, or I wish I wouldn't have behaved like that, but there's this realization that but this is where we are, you know, but I can't go back. Coming up underneath the Six of Cups, I see the Seven of Wands. This person may wonder if you've blocked them. If it's not a physical block, like block them on their phone number or social media, it could be that this person feels like there is just some kind of blockage here between the two of you. And like I said, it could be something that happened. It could have been, you know, some kind of conflict that you guys were not able to get past. But this person is definitely not, you know, this is something they're still thinking about. This is something they have not moved on from. They definitely still have some very strong feelings for you here. And I do think that they are beating themselves up. I think they feel a strong pull to say something to you, but then kind of feel like, what's the point? You know, feel like it's not going to change anything, whether that's true or not. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I see Aquarius, Gemini, Leo. You've got a lot of Scorpio energy here. You have a lot of fixed energy here in general. And so there's something about that. It can feel very stubborn or feeling very set in, you know, its mind or its decision. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Alright, we are moving on to my lovely Cancer patrons. Not patrons. We are moving on to my lovely Cancers. I usually do all signs videos on my Patreon, so that's kind of where that came from. But we're going to go ahead and get into my Cancers reading. How are you? I hope this finds you well. Cancers, we're looking at the person on your mind and their current feelings towards you. Person on Cancer's mind and their current feelings towards Cancer. At the bottom of the deck, I see the Moon card. There's a lot that just feels really unclear to this person when it comes to you and this connection. And that could be something that is new for them. And what I mean by that is like maybe for a long time this person kind of always felt like they knew like where something was going to end up, or knew what you were thinking, or knew how you would respond. And now they don't. So there's definitely something like that coming up here where things are feeling different for them than they have in the past. And now it's got them feeling like they don't have clarity, or feeling a little unsure. I see the Ace of Cups here. And the Four of Cups in the reverse. So I do feel like this is somebody who does want to connect with you in a romantic or emotional way here. They want some kind of new beginning or new opportunity here with you. And with the Four of Cups in the reverse, I feel like there's somebody who's wanting to open up to you on an emotional level. Some of you definitely could be dealing with a water sign. You have all water energy here so far. So Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. For others of you, it could just indicate that somebody is very much so in an emotional space or in their feelings when it comes to you, Cancer. So I definitely feel like there's somebody wanting to open up to you. There's something they want to express to you here with that Four of Cups in the reverse. Coming up next, I see the Knight of Cups in the reverse. I definitely feel like there's a bit of a hesitation in doing this though. So somebody wants to, but I feel like there's a bit of a hesitation, and that's coming from, one, the Knight of Cups in the reverse can feel like there's two separate messages that I'm getting. The first one is I feel like this person could feel that everything that has happened or something that has happened has caused you to feel differently about them. The Knight of Cups in the reverse to me can be a change of mind or a change of heart about something. So that could be where they, really connected to that Moon card energy where, somebody feels like you feel differently about them or you view them in a very different light. Or your feelings have changed since something has happened here. And that could be why someone's like, okay, well, Cancer, Cancer is different when it comes to me. Cancer's feelings are different when it comes to me. Cancer's behaviors are different when it comes to me. So it's like, even though somebody wants this and they want to open up to you, I feel that, there's this hesitation because they maybe don't know where they stand with you. Like, I definitely think that they feel like your feelings for them have changed. It's not something they know how or if they can, fix or come back from. The other thing with the Knight of Cups in the reverse is sometimes it can be an energy of some kind of emotional communication that doesn't necessarily feel genuine. So this person may feel like you are not going to even be able to believe whatever they would be expressing to you. So it's like, one, would Cancer even believe me if I came and opened up and told them how I felt or told them what I wanted? Or would it even make a difference? Coming up next, I see the King of Wands. So especially if somebody was kind of wishy-washy in the past or was like, never really put the actions in to back it up, that could be part of the reason why too. This person may feel like you're going to question their, not just their words, but like, why now? Like, why are you doing this now? The other thing here, so with the King of Wands, I do feel like somebody's figured out this is what I want and I'm ready to show up. I'm ready to put effort in. I'm ready to prove myself. So let's see. Coming up under the Ace of Cups, I see the Page of Cups in the reverse. Somebody may feel like that's the other part of this too, is like wanting to communicate, but feeling like it's not going to be received in the way that they want it to. Whether that's like, maybe you have them blocked, or maybe you're just not going to respond, or maybe they won't get the response that they want. And I'm not saying that that's true, but this is how this person is feeling about it. And they may also feel like it's just, especially with the fish, like when he's in the reverse, those fish are falling right out the cup. This person may feel like they've already lost you here. So it's like whatever words they would say would just be kind of too little too late. We have the Eight of Wands in the reverse coming up under the Four of Cups in the reverse. So somebody's definitely feeling a little bit lost, a loss of direction, a loss of what to say, wanting to open up, but feeling like they cannot. Coming up under the Knight of Cups in the reverse, I feel the Tower. So there's definitely something that has happened that really did, I was going to say the words like shake things up, but I feel like that's such a not accurate and mild way to say that. I feel like it doesn't even come close to whatever that was. This, whatever happened here, this Tower, I definitely feel like, one, maybe you've been out of communication since this Tower moment happened. for some of you, but they feel like whatever this tower was, whatever this situation was, ever since then, maybe you've been out of communication, but it's also, they feel that that is what changed how you feel. Things have been very different from this one moment. That's kind of how that feels. Since this one thing happened, or this one moment, things have been different. Coming up under the King of Wands, I see the Five of Cups in the reverse. So I definitely feel like somebody's wanting to come out of a really heavy period. That's part of the reason why they want this and they want to take this action towards you, is because I feel like somebody's been grieving you. I think somebody's been having a lot of regrets. Somebody's been in a very heavy energy when it comes to you in this situation. It's like, I just want to come out of this. I don't want it to be like this anymore. So I'm not sure yet if you're going to get the communication. That King of Wands definitely can be, ready to take action. So it is definitely possible. But with all these Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands in the reverse, I don't know. I don't know if they're there yet. Now, a little bit further up at the bottom of the deck, I see the Hermit in the reverse. So even if it's not right now, it definitely looks like it's coming up. But they may just not quite be there yet. So the signs I'm seeing for you, I see Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And everything that you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Hello Pisces, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. We are taking a look at their current feelings towards you. What are their current feelings towards Pisces, please? What are their current feelings towards Pisces? What are their current feelings towards Pisces? All right, Pisces, at the bottom of the deck, I see the Three of Swords in the reverse. The first card out, I see the Judgment card. And then I see the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like there's somebody here that you've been in a period of silence or stagnation with. Even if it's not complete silence, I just feel like maybe it's very little to no communication. It just feels very stagnant to me here with this Hangman energy. But I also do feel that, I see the Knight of Cups right after that. I feel like somebody's going to be coming towards you here, Pisces, and I feel like there's something that they want to express to you. Now, for some of you, they could be wanting your forgiveness, or they could be wanting to heal something between the two of you with that Three of Swords in the reverse. So whether this is an apology that somebody is coming towards you with, or whether it's like, hey, I really want to, fix things between the two of us, or hey, I really want to, get us to a different space. It's something like that here is kind of what I'm feeling. With the Judgment card, one, I do feel like somebody could be having realizations when it comes to you or this connection. But the Judgment card is also like feeling an inner pull to take some kind of action. So it's like, I've realized something and now I'm feeling called to do something about it. So that could definitely be why you're seeing this Knight of Cups here. The Judgment card can also sometimes speak about reconciliations because it's resurrecting something that was once thought to be lost. So somebody could be wanting to reconnect with you here, especially with the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse can definitely be an energy of, like, wanting to come out of the cold. Like wanting to reconnect, wanting to be a part of your life again. I see the Queen of Swords coming up next. I feel like somebody wants to have a conversation with you, and I think they know it's not necessarily going to be an easy conversation. This person may feel that you will hear them out. Like maybe they feel like, okay, well, I think Pisces probably will at least hear what I have to say, but I don't necessarily feel like they're going to be, you know, overjoyed to hear from me or like really wanting to communicate with me. And the way that she's laid out too, she's kind of got her back turned to all of this. This person could feel, Pisces, that you have, you know, started to detach, or that you've started to move on from the situation, or that you're kind of turning your back to them or to the situation here. And to me, sometimes the Queen of Swords too, she's really about, you know, being the way she is because of the experiences that she's had. And so there's something like that here, where your experiences that you've had in your life up to this point, but also your experiences with this person, is kind of why you're in the energy that you're in when it comes to them. You know, we're just going to leave that there for a second. Coming up next, I see the Empress in the reverse. So even though somebody wants this, they may feel like you are not going to be open to this, Pisces. So it's like, I want this, but I don't feel like I'm able. They feel like there's some kind of blockage, you know, here between the two of you now because of things that have happened. I also feel here, or they feel like it can't be what they want it to be. And that could be because of the past, could be because of other things. Just take it how it applies. I feel like there's a lot of insecurities that this person is having at this time as well. This person definitely could be feeling very insecure when it comes to you or the situation. So let's start to clarify. Coming up underneath the Judgment card, I see the Tower. So there is some kind of, I think, situation that took place between the two of you in the past. And I think this is what this person is having realizations about. There's definitely something here where somebody wishes they would have done something differently. But something has really like woken them up. Something has really changed for them. Coming up underneath the Five of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So somebody really does want to, like I said, come out of the cold. Somebody's hoping that you're going to be willing to let your guard down a little bit when it comes to them. But they definitely have their doubts. The Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. So when it is coming up in the reverse, sometimes it can feel like somebody is having doubts. I just feel like, and that really goes with that Empress in the reverse of feeling, you know, insecure. I don't feel like they're having doubts about you or what they want. I feel like they're doubting, they're doubting that they can have what they want, if that makes sense. Or they're doubting that it's going to go the way that they want it to go. But I do feel like somebody's hoping that you let your guard down when it comes to them. Coming up in the underneath the Queen of Swords, I see the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Some of you, this person could be wanting you to unblock them. Specifically, if you have them blocked, they could be hoping that you will unblock them. With the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, somebody feels like they did not do things, like they did not give something its best chance. So it's like they feel like something was not able to like realize its best potential or be what it could be, or they feel like they didn't give something like the chance or the opportunity that they should have in the past. And that could be part of what somebody wants to talk to you about as well. Coming up underneath the Empress in the reverse, I see the Queen of Pentacles. There could be somebody here too who could feel a little bit insecure specifically about something to do with their like resources or living situation or financial situation. Like I feel like this energy is just somebody not quite being where they want to be, or they feel like they should be, or feeling like they don't quite have what they would like to be able to offer you. There's something specific coming up with that too. So the signs I'm seeing for you, I see Libra, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I do hope that it helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello Scorpios, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to go ahead and get into your person on your mind reading. We are taking a look at their current feelings towards you. Everything that you guys need to know is in the description box below for you. But let's take a look and see what is going on. Let's see what popped out. We have the Chariot in the reverse that fell out. I think we're going to keep it just because I feel like we're supposed to. Person on Scorpio's mind and their current feelings towards Scorpio. Ooh. The person on Scorpio's mind and their current feelings towards Scorpio. All right, at the bottom of the deck, I see the Ten of Swords. I feel like somebody's feeling a little bit defeated, to be honest, Scorpio. I feel like this is somebody that maybe you have experienced some kind of ending with. And I do feel like they're really feeling that. They're still definitely feeling the pain of that ending. And I do feel a little bit of a defeated energy, especially with the Ten of Swords and the Chariot in the reverse. The Chariot in the reverse can be an energy of feeling very out of control of a situation, right? So it's like they see where this connection is heading, and they see the direction that things are going, and they do not like where it's going. They do not want it to go that way, but they feel unable to stop it. So somebody definitely feeling like very out of control over the situation. And right underneath the Ten of Swords, underneath the Ten of Swords, I see the Ten of Cups in the reverse. The Ten of Cups in the reverse feels like we are very far away from where we want to be. So we see how we want this relationship to go. We have a specific dream or vision in mind or hope for it. But we feel like that's unrealistic given where we are. We feel very far away from that. Coming up next, I see the Page of Cups. So I definitely feel like there's something that somebody would like to say, or it's something that's on their mind. I think that this is one of those energies where I feel like somebody's like afraid to reach out, but kind of afraid not to, Scorpio. In this deck specifically, it has kind of a little different vibe to me than maybe in some other decks. But you can see he's standing like on a rock, and not a very big rock either, in the middle of this like chaotic water, right? The waves are crashing. He could lose his balance. Like it feels like a very complicated or chaotic situation. I feel like somebody's afraid. It's like if this person takes one wrong step, right, they're into the crashing waves. But at the same time, they have these fish kind of like jumping out of this cup. And if they're not careful, that fish is just going to be gone. And I feel like both of these messages where I feel like somebody's afraid to communicate, afraid that if they take a wrong step, you know, it's almost like going to make things worse or push you away more. Where they also feel here, if they don't say something, that you're going to jump right out of that cup and be gone. So I definitely feel like somebody's struggling when it comes to this, you know, communication. The Two of Cups coming up next. But somebody still feels like you're their person. This person definitely is still in love with you, Scorpio. I think this person does believe that you still have feelings for them too. On some level, they feel that. Because the Two of Cups to me can be a card of mutually felt feelings. So it's like, I'm still in love with Scorpio, and I do think Scorpio still has feelings for me too. But the Two of Cups can also be like wanting to reunite, wanting to bring something back into alignment with you. Making me feel that, like, this is what I want, but that's what I feel very far away from. So even though they want that, they feel far away from it. Coming up next, I see the Two of Wands in the reverse. I don't know why the word that came to me with the Two of Wands in the reverse, which I have never really gotten from that before. The word that was like defiant, and in a sense, that's kind of what I'm feeling with that. The Two of Wands can talk about leaving something behind and going in a different direction. I don't feel like this person wants to do that. I feel like there's like a defiant energy, like, I don't want to move on. I don't want to find somebody else. I don't want to go in a different direction. Coming up under the Chariot in the reverse, I see the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I don't want to give up. I don't want to let go. I want to keep trying. I would do anything to keep trying, but I don't know what to do. Especially with it coming out under the Chariot in the reverse, of feeling like there is nothing you can do, but still wanting to do something, like still wanting to fix it, just not feeling like you can. Coming up under the Page of Cups, I see the Devil energy. So there's a lot of fear surrounding this. I don't just think fear. I mean, the Devil definitely has that fear of, you know, that should I reach out, should I not reach out? I'm afraid to make it worse. I'm afraid to just let them slip away as well. So there's a lot of fear coming up with the Devil energy, but I also feel, some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I also feel here, it's not just fear that the Devil is representing. I also feel like it is attachment. Somebody still feels very, very connected to you, very attached to you, and to a specific outcome. It's like, and that's when I said with that defiant energy that I felt the Two of Wands in reverse, like somebody's like, this is what I want, this is who I want, this is how I want things to go. And they feel very attached to that outcome and nothing else. Very attached to you. And, you know, to me, the Devil can also be very obsessive thinking. So I definitely feel like this is something that this person, you know, obsesses about, or, you know, thinks about way more than is probably healthy for them. Coming up underneath the Two of Cups, I see the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I feel like somebody's hoping that your feelings for them haven't changed. I think somebody's afraid of that. I think that somebody is wanting some kind of new beginning in love with you here, but feeling like they've blown their chance or they've blown their opportunity here. Or feeling like, I want a new beginning with Scorpio, but I don't know if Scorpio wants a new beginning with me. Coming up underneath the Two of Wands in the reverse, I see the Eight of Cups. Yeah. I feel like one that's a confirmation. Somebody, they don't want to leave it behind. They don't want to walk away. But, you know, the Eight of Cups too here. The Eight of Cups to me sometimes can be an energy of like seeking, an energy of acknowledging that something either isn't for you or it's not giving you something that you need. So I feel like somebody, I feel like this is coming up in multiple different ways. You know, in the Eight of Cups, he's walking away because there's cups missing here, right? There's some kind of important component that is missing, whether that's honesty, you know, love, trust, understanding, communication. There's some kind of an important component missing, and that's why this person is having to walk away from it. And the searching energy part comes in because, you know, he's off in search of what is for him, what is going to fulfill him. I feel like, Scorpio, you may have had to move away from this connection because there was some kind of significant component missing. And even though this person understands that, and I feel like they wish they would have done things very differently, I also feel like they're not ready to let go. They're not ready to leave it behind. The signs I'm seeing for you, I see Gemini, Cancer, Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. Even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. If you want personal prayers for any reason at all, you can just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you next time. Hello, Geminis. How are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading, whoever you're thinking about. That is who this reading is intended to be about. Everything that you guys need to know, whether it's about this reading or scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, or the tarot course, all of that stuff is in the description box below for you. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what is going on for you. All right, Gemini, the person on Gemini's mind and their current feelings towards Gemini. What are their current feelings towards Gemini, please? At the bottom of the deck, I see the High Priestess. See the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Fool card in the reverse. I'm getting a couple different things here, Gemini. For some of you, this person may feel like you are very hard to read at this time, so maybe they don't have access to you. For some of you, they may not know like what you're thinking, what you're feeling, where you're at when it comes to things. For others of you, this could indicate that maybe there have been a lot of secrets in one way or another in this connection. Now, whether that's the whole connection being a secret, whether that is, you know, someone has kept a lot of secrets in the connection, or things hidden, I do kind of feel that here for some of you. I also feel like this High Priestess is just really representing the unknown right now. You know, I feel like this person does feel like a lot is maybe up in the air, or a lot is really unknown when it comes to you, this connection, the future. The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool card in the reverse. I almost feel like there is some kind of step that this person would like to take towards you, or some kind of action that this person would like to take towards you, but there's something about it that makes this person feel like either one, it would be a waste of time. They may feel like you are no longer willing to invest anything into this connection. The other thing that's coming up with the Fool card in the reverse, they could feel that this person could feel like they were very like careless or irresponsible with you in the past. For some of you, where you've helped this person out on like a financial level too, they could feel like you're done, like just overall kind of fed up with that too. Like you're no longer willing to help somebody out because maybe they have been very careless or they have been very irresponsible. So for some of you, that's a message that's coming up as well. So somebody wanting to take some kind of chance towards you or have some kind of new beginning here with you, but feeling like you are, you know, viewing them as not somebody that you should invest into, or not somebody that you should help anymore, or not somebody that you like, that it would be a waste of time, or not something that's healthy for you to put more into. You could have already given a lot to this connection, Gemini. I see the Seven of Swords in the reverse after that. So for some of you, this person could want to, especially if there have been a lot of secrets or things that, were hidden, somebody could want to come and, be upfront with you, be honest with you. But they may feel that that is a little risky. I feel like so there's a part of this person that wants to tell you the truth or wants to open up to you about things that, maybe past dishonesties or things that secrets. But I do feel like they feel like it is risky. They may feel like if they open up to you or if they're honest with you about things that you are not going to never want to deal with them anymore. They could also have things that they want to apologize for with that Seven of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, there could have already been some truths that have come out, and that could be why you're in the energy that you're in when it comes to them. I see the Death card here next. So I do feel this here. I feel like there are things that this person would like to share or express to you, Gemini, but I also feel like they feel if they do, that you will probably be done with them. Some of you may have already been an ending because of some truths that have come up. So just take it how it applies and wherever you're at on the timeline. Okay. So if you're still dealing with this person, Gemini, then it could be stuff that's this person wants to express to you, but is afraid to do so. If you've already, if you're in separation from this person, it could be because you did find out certain truths and now it's just something that you feel like you're unable to invest into because of what you have discovered here. Coming up underneath the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Sun card. Yeah, so the Sun card, one, it can be, something that is out in the open now. The light has been shown on it. There is clarity. So whatever was being hidden, I definitely feel like for some of you, it's either getting ready to come up or it already has. Okay. And that could be why this person feels like you're in this Seven of Pentacles in the reverse energy, or why you are in that energy, right? Where you're no longer looking at this as something that is good for you to invest into. Coming up under the Fool card, I see the Justice in the reverse. Yeah, so you could feel very, lied to or very hurt, very betrayed, you could feel like the situation was just really unfair or unjust. And I feel like for some of you, this part isn't going to be for all of you, because for some of you, I do feel like this person is coming forth and expressing things to you. But for others of you where it's already happened in the past, I feel like there could have been a lack of accountability or a lack of honesty in the past. So even if that is changing now, where somebody's wanting to be upfront with you now, I think it's really hard for you to get past the fact that they weren't. Especially because for some of you, I do feel like you really were helping this person in one way or another. Like whether it's just you were really there for them, you were a big support for them, you believed in them, or some of you, I think it's physical help, right? Maybe you let them stay with you, or maybe you lent them money or something like that here. So I definitely feel like there was just a lot that you were giving of yourself to help this person or to be there for this person. And then, so there could be this energy of feeling, a little bit used, a little bit betrayed. Coming up underneath the Seven of Swords in the reverse, I see the Nine of Swords in the reverse. For some of you, I don't feel like you're as affected by this person as maybe you have been in the past, especially if you've already been through a lot with them. I think that you're starting to, view them and the connection in a very different way. But with this Nine of Swords in the reverse, this person is viewing you that way, right? So they are viewing you here as, since something has come up, and viewing you as things have been being very unfair to you. I feel like somebody's really wanting to come out of a very difficult space. I think that, Gemini, if somebody wasn't taking accountability in the past, I do feel a certain level of accountability here now. Because the Nine of Swords, one of the messages with that is part of the way to get out of that energy is you have to make some kind of change or step out of your comfort zone. You have to do something different than what you've been doing. Then we can't always help the things that happen to us, right? But we can help like what we allow to an extent, right? So we have no control over what people are going to do to us, say to us, how they're going to treat us, what actions they're going to take against us. But we do have control over what we allow, what boundaries we put up. And I think that's something that's coming up here, where this person may not have taken accountability in the past, but I do feel like they're ready to now. But I also feel like you're in a different space now where you're like, you know what? I don't have to allow that stuff. I don't have to keep giving you opportunities to put me through stuff, or to be dishonest, or to keep secrets, or to use me. Coming up underneath the Death card, I see the Strength card in the reverse. So I do feel like somebody's having a really hard time, whether, and this could be a little bit of both of you, right? Maybe it's like, you know that this is something that's not what's best for you, but doesn't necessarily make it hurt any less. And, you know, for them, it's like, they may see that, yes, this is something that now, that even if I take accountability now, even if I apologize now, even if I tell the truth now, it may be too little too late. You know, with the Death card, there is a certain energy of powerlessness and inevitability that comes with that, right? Just like in actual death, there's only so much that we can do, right? At some point it comes for everyone. And in the Death card, there's not things that we can do to change it. So there is that little energy of like things that are bigger than us and out of our hands, and feeling a little bit powerless in a situation. And I feel like that's where this person's at when it comes to you, Gemini. It's like, I want to come towards you. I wasn't ready to take accountability in the past, but I'm ready to now. I maybe was keeping secrets in the past, but I'm ready to be honest with you now. But just like they're in this energy, you know, they also are having to accept the fact that that may not change anything for you. That may not change your mind. That may not change the situation or the dynamic between the two of you. And I think that's what's going on here. Is I think somebody's really struggling with that on its own. I want to take accountability. I want to apologize. I want to tell Gemini the truth. I want to fix this. I want to work on this. But I can't make Gemini want to do those things too. So I feel very kind of a torn energy here between wanting to come towards you and do those things, but also being afraid of what that looks like. So the signs that I'm seeing for you, I see Pisces, Taurus, Leo. I see Aquarius, Aries, Libra, Gemini, Scorpio, Leo. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time. Hello Libras, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We are taking a look at their current feelings towards you and everything that you need to know, whether it's about this reading, scheduling your personal readings, Patreon, the tarot course, all that stuff's in the description box below for you. All right, person on Libra's mind, what is their current feelings towards Libra? Person on Libra's mind, what is their current feelings towards Libra? At the bottom of the deck, I see the Death card. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. I see the Seven of Wands. We have Leo energy. And the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Pisces. Libra, you may have had to draw some kind of line in the sand. You may have had to like put up some kind of boundary, or just get into a space where you're not willing to settle for something or deal with something anymore. I don't think that was an easy space for you to get to. But I do think that you got there, or at least this person is perceiving you to be there. With this Death card energy, for some of you could have experienced an ending with this person, whoever we're looking at now. Definitely could have experienced an ending with them. For some of you too, I'm feeling like there's something else that needs to end, or some kind of significant change that needs to be made. I'm going to leave that there for a second. So whether this Libra was that, you know, maybe you had to draw a line in the sand because somebody needed to end something, whether that was another connection, a habit, a behavior, a mindset. There's something here that, like an addiction maybe for some of you. There's definitely something here that needed to end or change, okay? And you may have had to kind of draw a line in the sand, or put up a boundary, or maybe even block a person out because of that. And that's how this person is perceiving you here, okay? So they feel like you have blocked it. They feel like there is some kind of block, or that you have put up your guard when it comes to them because of this. Now, with the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Knight of Cups to me in the reverse can feel like a couple different things. One, this person may feel like the situation or things that have happened have cause you to change your mind about them, or change how you feel about them, have changed the way that you feel about them or the connection. Because to me, the Knight of Cups in the reverse can be a change of mind or a change of heart. No longer feeling the same way that you once did. It doesn't mean that you don't still have feelings for them, but you may, you know, maybe there was a time where you felt like the connection was going to be a certain thing, and now maybe you don't feel like it's going to get there. So I definitely feel like there just have been some feelings that have changed. Now, or at least this person feels like that. The Knight of Cups in the reverse to me can also be an energy of questioning whether something is genuine. So there's an expression of emotion, but is it genuine? So somebody could be wanting to come forward and express how they feel to you, but they could feel like you're not going to, like, one, that there's a blockage here. You have your guard up. Are you even gonna want to hear it, or are you gonna believe it? Coming up next, I see the Magician in the reverse. I actually feel like this is a confirmation of what we just read here too, because the Magician in the reverse speaks of, I know what I want to create. I don't know if I can. I know what I want, but I don't know if I can make it happen. So having a lot of doubts, doubting your capability, doubting your ability to manifest what you want, to have what you want. So somebody doesn't think that. It's like, I want this. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think I can have it. Somebody may feel too, you know, they may question their own ability in and being able to end something, or being able to make this change. I see the Ace of Pentacles coming up next, but they do still want something here with you. Coming up under the Seven of Wands, I see the Three of Swords in the reverse. So somebody does acknowledge that there is a lot that would need to be healed in this connection. I also feel like somebody's wanting your forgiveness for something here. And for you, Libra, you know, if you're in this Seven of Wands of energy towards them, where you've had to put your guard up or put up some kind of boundary, or maybe even block a person here, just know, I'm not going to settle for that. I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I'm not going to participate in that anymore. The Three of Swords in the reverse sometimes to me can be a card of acceptance. So you could be trying to heal from the situation. You could just be trying to accept what is, right? Because the hard part is, if you don't have, you know, there's no control over other people, right? You may know exactly what you want them to change, or what you want them to end, or what they need to do, but we can't make them do it. And I think that that's kind of a hard realization that you've come to, is, you know, I might just have to accept. And I think that you're working on that here. Coming up underneath the Knight of Cups in the reverse, I see the High Priestess in the reverse. One, I definitely just feel like there have been things that have been like spiritually revealed to you. So you may have had your own kind of like spiritual awakenings or realizations or truths when it comes to this connection or the impact that it's having on you. I do feel like that. And that could be part of what has kind of shifted your feelings about the situation or your actions towards the situation. But the other thing is I do feel like the High Priestess in the reverse can be something, secrets being revealed, some kind of truth coming out here. So there could be some kind of realization that you had or some kind of truth that you came across that has changed the way that you feel, or at least this person feels like it has. Coming up underneath the Magician in the reverse, I see the Four of Cups. So this person they are not happy with the current situation or the current dynamic between the two of you. This is not how they want things to be. But they also, like I said, with it coming out under the Magician in the reverse, they really don't feel like they can do anything to change it. And the Four of Cups can be an energy sometimes of somebody being emotionally guarded or closed off or not open to what's being offered. So even if this person is offering you something, this person may feel like you are not going to be open to it, that you are kind of guarding your heart in this situation. Coming up underneath the Ace of Pentacles, I see the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this person could feel like they were, how do I want to say that? Somebody could feel like they were like mishandled you, maybe it's a good way to say that, or were very irresponsible or careless with your heart or this connection in the past. That's one way that I could read that. The other way that I'm seeing here is the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It can be an energy of not knowing what the next step is. Like, I don't know where to go from here. So kind of dragging their feet, trying to figure out what the next step is. Is there anything I can do? I don't know. Even here with the Death card, there is a bit of an energy of things that are out of our control, right? So this person may want to make a change, but they're doubting their ability to. And they may feel like certain aspects of this are out of their control right now. But that is what I have for you. I do hope it helps. The signs I'm seeing, I see Scorpio, Leo, Libra, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, Cancer. I see all the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading can resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps. And everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But if this is where we part, thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Hello Aquarius, how are you? I hope this finds you well. So we are going to be doing your person on your mind reading. We are taking a look at their current feelings towards you. Everything that you need to know, whether it's about the reading or personal readings, all that stuff is in the description box below for you. All right, Aquarius, let's take a look and see what is going on for you guys. Person on Aquarius's mind, what are their current feelings towards Aquarius? You have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse that fell out. We are going to keep it. What are their current feelings towards Aquarius? All right, at the bottom of the deck here, I see the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Wands in the reverse. Aquarius, what I'm feeling here is I feel like somebody still feels a very strong connection. They still feel very connected to you with this Queen of Wands energy. They could feel I want to say attached, but not necessarily. Yeah, I still feel like they feel very attached, very connected to you. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Okay, they feel a very strong chemistry, or they feel like you have a very strong bond with one another. Still really feeling your energy and feeling pulled towards you. But I also feel like there's this acknowledgement with this Six of Pentacles in the reverse that something has been very either one-sided or very like unequal give and take when it comes to effort. Okay. So with the Four of Wands being in the reverse next to it, the Four of Wands in the reverse to me can be an energy of one, feeling very disappointed by how something has turned out, feeling like something did not go the way that we wanted it to go. I'm also feeling here that this person could feel like something was not able to get to where it could have been or realize its full potential because there was unequal give and take here. So to me, I feel like there are some things coming into this person's awareness where they are seeing, you know what, maybe things would have worked out differently between me and Aquarius if I would have done this, or if I would have tried this, or if I would have listened to this, you know, that kind of thing. So there's definitely some acknowledgement here. So if somebody was if things were very unequal give and take in the past, or this person wasn't putting in the same effort into the connection that you were, I feel like they're aware of that. And the Four of Wands in the reverse, I feel like somebody's seeing, you know what, things are the way that they are right now because of that. That's not saying that's the only thing that contributed to it, right? But I think somebody's taking some self-accountability to their part of things. Coming up next, I see the Knight of Wands. So, yes, somebody feels... I'm getting a couple different messages from that, but to me, I feel like that's such a good confirmation for what we just read, because the Knight of Wands is inconsistent, right? It's hot and cold energy or inconsistent energy, and somebody's realizing that, you know, I didn't put that inconsistent effort in, or I was kind of wishy-washy, or I was kind of in and out. But I also feel like the Knight of Wands is a card of desire. I feel like somebody is still feeling a very strong desire for you here. We have the Queen of Cups in the reverse coming up next. For some of you, could be dealing with somebody who's very, I want to say like emotionally guarded. Maybe not the most emotionally expressive. Maybe somebody who struggles with their feelings or being vulnerable. You can also just, sometimes to me, this energy is kind of coming through as somebody who's not the most maybe emotionally perceptive, where it's like, you know, I didn't realize how this or this was going to make Aquarius feel, like that kind of thing. I hope you know what I'm trying to say there. Coming up underneath the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I see the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse to me sometimes can be a very kind of irresponsible energy. So to me, it could be that somebody feels like they weren't prioritizing the right things, or they were not handling this connection with care or responsibly. They could have been prioritizing other things. And the Knight of Wands to me sometimes can be a bit of a selfish energy. The Knight of Wands does what he wants to do. It is a card of desire. So when he wants something, he shoots off for it. Not necessarily does he take the time to think about how that's going to affect other people or the consequences of that. You know, so I feel like there could be things like that too that this person is recognizing here, where they could have had kind of like one-track minds, or they were prioritizing other things. Coming out underneath the Four of Wands in the reverse, I see the Ace of Swords. Somebody is becoming very, very clear about why something is the way that it is between the two of you right now. Somebody's receiving a lot of realizations, a lot of things that are coming to their awareness. And it does feel like there's a lot of regret tied to that. You know, a lot of would have, could have, should have energy. A lot of if I could go back, I would do this, this, and this differently. That's kind of what's coming up here. Coming up underneath the Knight of Wands, I see the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Somebody may want to apologize to you. Somebody could definitely want to apologize to you. Sometimes the Seven of Swords in reverse to me can be an apology. It can be, you know, a truth coming out as well. And maybe that is something that, you know, impacted this connection in the past. But from right now, the way it's coming through for me is I think somebody wants to apologize for their selfishness, you know, or for their part of things. We're not playing the blame game. We're not saying that it's, you know, all this person, right? But I think somebody's having self-accountability and self-awareness about what their part in things were. And I think that somebody wants to apologize for it. Coming up under the Queen of Cups in the reverse, I see the Nine of Cups. So it's, to me, I feel like somebody wants to, but I also feel like this is where, you know, maybe somebody struggles. This person definitely could struggle with figuring out how to put these feelings and these realizations into words. How to open up, just being vulnerable and coming and being able to acknowledge that they were wrong and apologize and tell you how they're feeling here. But the Nine of Cups is wishing for a specific outcome. So I feel like somebody does want to do it and they're hoping that it goes a certain way. The signs that I'm seeing for you, I see all the fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see Taurus, Capricorn. I see all the air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I see Cancer and Pisces. Those are the signs I'm seeing, but it could be any. It is a general reading. So even if I did not mention a specific sign, the reading definitely can still resonate for you. But that's what I have for you. I hope it helps, and everything you need to know is in the description box below for you. And if you want personal prayers for any reason, just put the little prayer emoji in the comments down below, and I will go through and pray for you. But this is where we part. Thank you guys for being here, and I will see you next time.